Hello and welcome in to the Streaming Sanctuary Women on the Move Empowerment Sessions. I am so glad that you are here. This is the official launch of season 2 of the Women on the Move Empowerment Sessions brought to you by the Streaming Sanctuary. Listen, in this session, I got to talk to two wonderful young ladies who really break down the importance of transforming into who God wants us to be, right? And while the topic and the subject matter is for Gen Z, honestly, we all can benefit from it. These two ladies are ready to pour into their generation to help young people learn how to thrive and being confident in who they are, not just chasing the trends of social media, but walking in transformation. That is important, that is key. So if you're watching, go ahead, get ready to take some good notes. And if there's a Gen Z near you that can benefit from this, share this session with them. Go ahead and share it with them. Like, subscribe, and share. So now let's get ready to go on in and start this conversation. Let's go. We are about to get started. So, hello, everyone. And my name is Alicia Massey. I want to personally welcome you into season 2 of Women on the Move Empowerment Sessions. I can't believe it, but season 2 has officially launched. And today's lineup is phenomenal. You can already see on the screen, we got two phenomenal ladies who are going to pour into us on a variety of topics. And on this episode, these ladies have so graciously decided to join me. And the topic that we're going to focus on today, it is going to resonate with a lot of young ladies in the Gen Z generation. We're going to talk about the Gen Z lady and how the Gen Z lady should be focused on her, what I like to call spiritual glow up, right? And her transformation without being focused on the trends of today's culture. We see a lot of things circulating in the social media. We see a lot of things just circulating throughout the world, throughout the news. And how does the Gen Z lady find her way through all of this noise and continue to grow and glow up in the way that she needs to, like in the way that is going to not only transform her life, but transform the lives of those around her. So first, let me introduce Miss Jaylyn Parks. I'm excited to announce Jaylyn to the Women on the Move stage. Thank you, Jaylyn, for joining me today. Jaylyn is a dynamic 26-year-old who brings a wide range of experience to the table. Jaylyn currently serves as a full-time U.S. postal worker, so she is out there getting your mail together. And her background includes a variety of other wealth of knowledge as well. She has merchandise management experience. She also has hands-on experience in the electrical field. So this is a lady who has a trade. You know, men, if you happen to see it, she got a trade on her, okay? For a touring company. I know she has been all over the world with different touring companies. But outside of her professional life, Jaylyn likes to read books. She likes to travel and anything that involves water. So we got Ariel with us, the Little Mermaid. She loves the water. And y'all can see her hair is flowing. So she's ready. She's ready to go to the beach right now. You know, nothing is going to stop her. So welcome, Jaylyn. Thank you again for joining. And we also have Miss Talisha Wallace. At 23 years old, Talisha is building definitely an impressive path as a sales associate. for a local Pilates club while she also was working as a librarian. So she's a jack of two trades right now. And in her spare time, she is definitely passionate about creating social media content. So she's on the other side of this social media uh, lane that we're looking at, or this social media lens that we are looking through. But she likes to create that social media content, and she also loves traveling and exploring new food. So she is a foodie and bringing curiosity and creativity into all that she does. So thank you, Talisha, for joining us on this session.
Thank you.
Um, so now let's get into why I chose you both. And a lot of people always ask me that question. Like, they don't typically ask me that question in the moment, like, well, why are you choosing me? But after the fact, they're like, well, I'm glad you shared why you chose me because I was just wondering why did you choose me? So I want to tell a little bit about why I chose both of these ladies to have this conversation today. And Jaylene, I'll start with you. Um, First and foremost, I know that you carry such an inspiring testimony. Through your mom, I have been able to just kind of follow your life. I think when I met your mom, you were probably about 4 years old because when your mom and I started working together, Talisha was one. So yeah, so you're about 4 or 5 years old. So that's how long I have been able to kind of get a peek into your life. But I've been able to witness and note some of your most courageous moments that you've had in your life, as well as probably some seasons that have stretched you and challenged you as a young lady. But if
Mhm.
I had to describe you, Jaylene, in one word, I would say that you are an eccentric lady. You've never been afraid to create your own lane. Not only have you not been afraid to create your own lane, if you're the only one in that lane, you are perfectly fine with it. So you will create it and you will ride it all the way out by yourself if that's what it takes. And I believe that that kind of bold individuality is powerful, especially in today's age. And the fact that you have been able to embrace it at such an early age in life is truly remarkable because even me, at my young age of 46, it's something that I'm just now learning to do because definitely when I was in my 20s, I was not that bold.
Mhm.
Maybe in some things, but not that bold. So that's why I chose you.
I appreciate
And Felicia, who also happens to be my daughter, I chose you because Felicia, I've always admired your social butterfly spirit. From the time that I first walked you into pre-K, it was like you took off running and you never looked back. Like you have always been an independent young lady. You were the one who always stood up for the underdog. You always spoke your mind with such conviction that teachers would write it on your progress report. Like, Talisha is so outspoken. Talisha told me this. Talisha said that. So I was always getting some type of note on how you were telling the teachers what they should do or should not do for the classroom. But people have always seemed to gravitate toward you and they find comfort in you, or it's almost like a sense of protection in your presence, if you will. But I also recognize that being my daughter, who I'm a minister, I'm a pastor, that hasn't always been easy for you to kind of forge in your own lane, but it seems like you have navigated it thoroughly well. And I know there may have been times where you felt like you couldn't bring every challenge to me just because of who I was, but I still feel like even through that, you have grown up and you carry a voice and a presence that those around you find strength in. And I
Mhm.
wanted you to bring that to the table. So, ladies, I hope that resonates with you so that you understand just how truly victorious you are. So,
Mhm.
when I thought about this and I was praying on who I wanted and it actually wasn't even who I wanted to have this conversation because I thought about both of you ladies and then I was like, well, I want them to talk about something. I don't know what I want them to
Mhm.
talk about, but I want them to talk about something. So it's kind
Mhm.
of like I got you two in the mind to be the speaker,
Mhm.
and that's when the topic came to fruition from there. So as we go into this conversation and you think about your experiences, I want you to know, I want to be the first one to let you know that it is going to transform somebody. Your transformation in yourself has already spoke volumes in this world just by you walking it out and living it out. And now we are putting you on the table. This is just going to be the first of many conversations that you're going to have. So this is going to light up a passion and a fire for others to want you to
Mhm.
tell about your journey as well. So, with that being said, we are about to get into this conversation. And I'm truly excited about it. And I want to hear from the both of you just on the topic from your individual experiences and your personal experiences in your own life journey. When you hear this statement, it's not a trend, but it is transformative. What does that look like in your own personal lives, like on an everyday basis or just in real life? Like, what does it look like?
Um, what it looks like on a everyday basis, this it's not a trend. Like following Christ or giving your life to Christ, being a disciple. This requires denying your flesh. It requires you being hurt because you wanted it to go a certain way, but it's not. God has a different way for you to go. So if you're doing this for a trend because your favorite influencer gave their life to Christ and you see them praying and read the word, going to church and all that, and you want to be like them, you don't really want it for what Christ has to offer, this is not for you. This is like every day it requires you to pick up your cross and walk. Like you have to live out life. It's going to be times when you don't want to pray. It's going to be times when you don't want to read your word. Like you're too tired. You have XYZ going on. So it's not a trend. It requires a lot of discipline, a lot of sacrifice. Yeah.
So basically, what I hear you saying, Talisha, is the transformation is individual
Right.
and it can't be forced by someone else's doing, but it has to
Right.
be forced by what you want in your life.
Right. You have to want it.
Otherwise, you are going to struggle. You're
Yeah,
going to struggle
exactly.
with your transformation because you are trying to copycat
Yeah.
what someone else is doing.
I mean, you're gonna struggle either way.
But it's going to
But
be more of a struggle
it's gonna
because you're
even
not
worse.
authentic, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Jaylen, what does that phrase mean to you in your everyday life?
I feel like for it to not be, or not for it to not be a trend, but people post things and they want it to be a trend, kind of like, for instance, if you're working out or you're just doing better in life, period. People want to be like applauded for that, or but it's like you're supposed to be doing that anyways. Like, they want to be recognized for it. And it's like if you working out but your health is getting bad, like we shouldn't be congratulating. You needed to do that. Like, like that's something you were supposed to be doing. And of course it's like, that is good for them, but it's like I feel like people bait it out of people. Like you don't have to post it. You don't have to, hey, I'm doing XYZ.
They look for validation.
Yeah, like they want to be rewarded for stuff they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
And if you are posting, be honest, because like you said, if you're posting about you glowing up and you going to the gym and working out, however, you don't tell the B part of the story, which is your cholesterol is bad, your blood pressure is high,
Right,
you
Not
gained 30
cholesterol.
pounds in 20 days. Like,
right.
tell us that story. Hey, look, 20 days, I gained 30 pounds. I don't look the same. I don't feel the same. I'm 25 years old and my knees hurt. Tell people that part of the story so they're not like out here trying
Yeah,
to break their back to to lose the 30 pounds that you gained in 20. Like that's
Right.
like you.
give us the full story.
Or if you got surgery, please say that you got surgery.
Let,
Oh my God.
let us
Please say you got
know.
surgery.
Oh,
Let us know if the cosmetic surgery is why the things on your body are looking differently than how God designed me. Because I'm trying to understand. how we the same height, and but you got
Right.
a little bit more fillers in places that I don't have.
Right. Like I'm trying to look like you, but it's scientifically not
It's
possible.
scientifically not possible for
It's
me to
not giving
look
what it's
like
supposed
you.
to give.
Right.
Exactly. That I think that's, both of you gave some good answers, and it all comes back to individuality,
Hmm.
right? And again, both of you ladies have adopted that in your own lane from an early late age, where it's like, look, I'm not going to try to fit in to the social norms. you know it's take it or leave it. Like, this is who I am, and I'm going to do the growth that I need to do for my individuality, but I'm not going to do it based on the world's perspective and how the world says I
Hmm.
need to show up, what the world says I need to say. And I think that is so important with um the Gen Z era. When you think about Gen Z, it starts at what age, 12 or 13 or something like that, and goes up to, I can't remember the age, maybe like 28, 29, but it maybe even be 30.
That's
But it's
cool.
such a wide range, a wide age group, that I mean, you got 13-year-olds who are honestly looking at 25 and 26-year-olds, and they're trying to figure out, how can my life look like their life now? But baby, you
Hmm.
got you got 12 more years to get to there. Like, you still need to be, you just came out of Dora the Explorer. Like,
Uh,
don't try to chase that too quick. Let's get you into what needs to happen on a teenage perspective,
Right.
right? So when you think about that, and Talisha, I'll ask you this question. How has today's culture, and then the shift of the culture, if you will, tried to define who you should be, and how has God, in a sense, redefined that for you through transformation?
you said how culture would define. I would just say I never really I never really fit into an aesthetic. I never really fit into an aesthetic. I'm Talisha. I like to do many things. I have many different hobbies. Like I get along with everybody. Like even in school, if I'm talking too much with this group of people and you move me, I'm going to talk to the quiet kid. You could put me beside the teacher and I'm going to talk to the teacher. What did you eat for lunch today? Like I'm going to talk. You know what I mean? So it's just like I never trying to answer this question, it was like I was trying to fit like an aesthetic, like, well, what did the society tell me, this, that, and the third. But I'm Talisha, and I just have, like I just said, I have a lot of different things going for myself. So my identity is I'm a daughter of Christ. That's it. How God has transformed me to be that is just to be confident in who I already am and just expand on that.
And Jaylyn, um, is there anything that you would like to add as far as today's culture and how it has tried to define you? Not necessarily saying that it has defined you, but are there any ways that culture has tried to define you?
I feel like I actually agree with Talisha. They definitely try to define, but they literally can't. Like if I line up my friends right now, you wouldn't know what kind of person I am.
Yeah.
I talk to my friends, it's just a variety. Like, and I tell people all the time, I could put some of my friends in the same room and I know some of them would not get along, but like that, they're just all different. Then so they don't, I feel like it's hard to label me. It's hard to label me because I can be over here literally going surfing with one girl, but I can be over here partying till whatever time with this girl. Like I don't know.
Mhm.
People try to figure it out, but you really can't. Like I have I'm very open minded.
Yeah.
I'm very open minded.
So as far as the defining culture, and it sounds like both of you ladies have the word that I just hear is being intentional about allowing yourself to be diverse in your friendship. So you
Hmm.
have friendships that show your wide range in your personalities, right?
Hmm.
Um, so you're not going to let culture define you by your friendships. You're not going to let culture define you by your activities, what you do.
Hmm.
Um, it's going to be hard to figure, like, if somebody wants to figure out or try to define you, like, they're going to have to take the time to get to know you on an individual basis.
Hmm.
And I think that is, like, that's key, right? For people, like, when people see us, they should kind of be a little bit curious. Like, I can't figure Jaylene out. I can't
Mm-hmm.
figure Talisha out. It's something about them. Like, I can't tell.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's the saying? Birds of a feather flock together,
Exactly.
Yeah.
right? Well, that can't be true because, like, well, I saw her with the
Mm-hmm.
water. She was in the water being Ariel. But then I also saw her in the library read books. Like, wait a minute, what's going on with that? Or
Mm-hmm.
I saw her out at, an event. She was out to 2 o'clock, but she didn't look like the water girl. She looked like somebody, she looked
Right.
Mm-hmm.
like somebody different. Um,
I'll add to this too. I remember I was in high school and my friend at the time, if when she first met me, well, this is like sometime after we had known each other. She was like, when I first met you, I thought you was gonna be stuck up. And I was like, why? Why did you think that? She was just like, because you was just quiet to yourself. And you like, she said, because you was pretty. Like, you just look like the mean girl. She was like, but you're really cool. And I'm like,
mm,
yeah, I don't bother nobody. Like, I just do me.
Yeah, and I get that too, but like they're like, "Oh, I always thought you're gonna be stuck up," and it's like you said, it's because you're quiet. But like, I don't know. It's like people don't think I would be shy, but I'm very shy. So like, unless I'm not, I hate to say it, but like, unless you start in the conversation, okay, then I'm gonna ease into it. I'm gonna feel
Mm-hmm.
comfortable, but I'm not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would have to feel a kind of energy or vibe to start
Yeah.
off the rip. But like,
That's me. I'm like, I'm quiet at first, but once we are
yeah,
comfortable with each other,
yeah,
oh, I'm a good time.
exactly. I'm a yapper for real, but I'm very shy at first.
Yeah.
that is so funny because I neither one of y'all, and that's maybe because I know y'all, but I don't take either one of y'all to be shy. Well, I guess shy because I don't really see y'all as introverts because y'all are not introverts. By the way, I define myself as an introvert. Y'all are definitely not introvert women, but I can see how because being shy and being an introvert are two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a introverted extrovert. I love to talk and have fun, but when my social battery runs out and I don't feel like talking, I'm not gonna talk.
Same, same. I find a lot of comfortability in being alone with myself. And honestly,
Yeah.
that's how I make it through today's generation. Like I love, my friends and my peoples, but I really find comfortability just being alone.
But when you think about being an introvert, and again, like this is me, so and I know we're probably going a little bit beyond the questions, but let's talk about this for a minute because being an introvert versus being an extrovert, right? Even though, because you two ladies, I know both of you will go out and make things happen on your own,
Mhm.
right? You're not afraid to be individual. So, like Talisha, I know you'll go out to eat by yourself. Jalen, I'm sure you probably do as well. And do like activities like if you're trying to plan something and nobody else is showing up, okay, forget it. I'm going to go by myself.
Mhm.
And that's like, for me, that's not my natural reaction.
Mhm.
For me, like I'm okay, well, let me plan and see who all's gonna come and kind of
Mhm.
base it around that. But again, that's me being not just being an introvert, but also being shy. And that's something that I'm every day, like I have to be intentional about, okay, well, let me just do it. Even though nobody else may want to do it, I'm gonna just do it. Right. Or
Mhm.
it may not be that nobody else wants to do it. If it's something that I just want to do on the fly, then just do it. Right.
Yeah.
And I think when you think about label, and this kind of goes into one of the questions, right? When you think about labels and how cultural labels up, right? So you got labels like, oh, you're an introvert, oh, you're extrovert, oh,
Mhm.
you're shy. And both of you have also noted that people said, oh, well, I thought you were going to be stuck up, but you're actually a cool person. So these are labels that people like they look at you and they automatically assume
Mhm.
one thing.
Mhm.
And some people, they may get that label and they're like, oh, okay, well, since so many people think that's who I am,
Mhm.
that's how I'm going to show up. But it
Mhm.
sounds like with the both of you ladies, like there have been labels that culture has tried to attach to who you are, but you didn't have to unlearn that behavior because you just didn't adopt to it.
Right.
So talk about not adopting to labels a little bit.
I, I think it goes with just being confident in who you are.
Hmm.
Um, like the stuck up thing. Yeah, and then also like who do you want to be? do you want to be stuck up? Do you want to be an introvert? Do you want to be extrovert? Like, how do you want people to receive you?
Mm,
And for me, it's like I don't like bullies. I don't like the whole concept like, why are you bullying them? Because what they got on, what they
mm,
do, that has nothing to do with you. You know, it's like I'm all for minding your business, and I'm all for just like, you know, just being you. You know, it's just like I don't want to give negativity. I just don't want to give off negativity. Like it's positive vibes. Just keep it cute.
mm-hmm.
I agree. I agree. I feel like you have to be very, in this generation, you got to be very confident in with who you are because everybody's so easily influenced. I hate to say easily influenced, but I feel like people are easily influenced these days. And like, again, with social media, what you put on there is how people are going to perceive you. And so if you're posting one way and they're like, oh, well, she go outside all the time or she's doing this, she's that, and they calling you this and calling you that, you got to be confident and know that you're not that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't, for me, like I really couldn't care less a lot about what people have
Yeah.
to say or think because 9 times out of 10, they're probably not going to say it to you. And people are going to talk about you regardless. So I,
Thank you.
people,
Because people go ahead.
not everybody in life is going to like you. So
Yeah. And I think what you said last, not everybody is gonna like you.
yeah,
Not everybody is. Like we're all mean, or not I won't say mean. We're all ugly to somebody, we're all cute to someone.
right.
And somebody with and I seen a video that was like in someone's story, you're the hero, and another one you're the villain.
The feeling.
It is what it is.
Hmm.
Yeah. And even
And
though,
then like
like you
I'm
said,
sorry.
you may, some people may say that you're mean, but I'm not trying to be mean,
Yeah.
but
Right.
that's your label.
And I think even with today's society, we have mistaken being mean with being honest. I'm
Yes.
being honest and I'm telling you about yourself, and you think I'm not being mean to you. I'm giving you the real. Like I'm being honest right now, but since we're so used to people sugarcoating,
Hmm.
no, I'm being honest. I'm telling you about yourself.
Which is so ironic because in this generation we're so big on being real and this, that, and the third, but they hate to hear the truth.
Be real, but don't be honest. You can be
Right.
real with me, but don't be honest with me. So you don't want me, you want the realness, but
Right.
it's the same thing. And so what I'm kind of hearing is, and especially Jalen, in your response is a lot, this generation of women, or just this generation, period, it's almost like they are using social media or using their platforms in an effort to have culture label them in some way. However, whether that's intentional or unintentional, we need to strive away from those labels because we're trying to, or you may be trying to portray one label, but like you're trying to portray the label that you're the hero, but the label that is now coming back is, oh no, you're not the hero, you're the villain.
Mm.
Simply because I don't like what you're posting about, or simply because what you like or what you're posting about goes against what I like or what I want to do, right? And so let's go into a little bit about building a brand. I think branding is important, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a brand. And this is something that, just like even with labels and things like that, having a brand about your name and who you are is inevitable
Mm-hmm.
because people will take what you do, what you post, how you act, how you show up in the world, and they will give you a brand. However, um, we do have to be intentional about building a brand, right? So, for example, when people see me, I want you to think about Women on the Move. I want you to think about the Streaming Sanctuary, the YouTube channel. That's my brand that I want you to attach me to those things,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when you think about building a brand, ladies, and this is for either one of you, whoever wants to answer, how do you stay rooted in your identity over the brand? Like the brand of Nike is let's do it. You don't look at a Nike shoe and say, oh, let's not do it. You look at the Nike shoe and you say, let's do it. So how do you stay rooted in your identity, like who you know you are versus your your image, because your brand and your image are two different things. Your brand is that tagline almost, right? Your image could be, well, that may be her brand, but I think she's stuck up.
Yeah.
Well, that's not me. So how do you stay rooted in one versus the other, or over the other, I guess?
And I'll just answer it by saying this, how you say your brand is what you want people to view you as, and then your image is who you really are. So how do you stay rooted in both of those things is to be who you really are, because this goes back to what we spoke on earlier, how you can have let's see, you're a Christian influencer, you can have the Bible in one video, but that's your brand. You want to come off as this person, as this godly person, but your image is, after you finish hitting record, you finna go to Popeyes and cut somebody out. So I feel as though, how do we stay rooted in that is just to be authentic. Just be yourself, like to avoid all of these things is just to be yourself. But from the outside looking in is to use discernment as to who is an imposter and who is not, because there are a lot of false prophets. There's a lot of just worldly content as a whole, and it's just like, if you know you don't want to be associated with that, then stay away from it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, to answer the question, it's like, how do you stay rooted is to stop being fake. Social media is, like you said, 90 seconds of your entire life. Like, stop being fake. It's just, we have this, I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but it's just like, social media is not real. They have fancy cars, nice houses. Like, you're looking at their life and you don't know what it really took to get to that point. They could be in credit card debt. They could come from a wealthy family. They could have generational wealth. They could scam. They could work 5 jobs. I don't know. They could be doing something really illegal. You don't know what it took for them to get to that point. So trying to build a brand off of something that is not you is ridiculous. Like, just be yourself. And I know it's easier said than done, because coming from me, I just like who I am. So for someone who may be struggling with their identity, they just need to get some help, and I don't, you have to find your voice.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely feel like you got to be true to yourself. Like, for me personally, I would hope that when people view me, like, my image comes off as a open person. Like, they shouldn't be able to be scared to talk to me, or gonna come off one way. Like, I'm a very bubbly, happy person. Like, I feel like I'm most of the time I'm happy, I feel like. So I would hope that's what people think of my image. And then, like, as far as my brand, like, work wise, I hope people would think or know that I'm a hard worker. Like, my resume for jobs is pretty long. Like, I've done just about everything.
Long.
So, like, I would hope people think that, knowing that and seeing that, oh, well, she does have a long resume, so I know she got to be working a little bit. Like, she got to be putting in work somehow. So, I don't know. I feel like my image, people get a bubbly, happy version, and then with my work, like, it's serious. Like, I'm here to work.
So I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna put you both on the spot real quick, right? When you think about your brand, what would the tagline for your life be? What's your tagline?
I actually have one.
Go ahead, Jaylin.
So I always tell people, like, if I see them stressed out about something, or, like, just really upset about something, if you can fix it, don't stress about it, because you can fix it. It takes time. You're probably not gonna fix it today, but it can be fixed. It's not gonna be like this forever. If you can't fix it, okay, don't dwell in this moment. Don't be mad about it forever, because you can't fix it. There's nothing you can do to fix it. You could just overcome, and adapt with the situation that's at hand. So, of course, there's going to be stressful times. You're going to be upset, but just don't dwell in the moment. If it can be, don't dwell. Like, it can be fixed. If it can't be fixed, again, don't dwell. It can't. There's nothing you can do. Just adapt, overcome.
So Jaylin's tagline: "Fix what you can, don't dwell on what you can." I love it. Love it. Alicia, what's your tagline?
I don't No, I would say, you know what I would say my tagline would be, it is what it is.
Yeah,
It
literally.
is, it is what it is.
It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't.
Also, yeah, a really good one to live by.
It is what it
It
is.
is what it is.
I know I put y'all on the spot with that question, but I just thought about it as we were going into it because you two just kind of answered that question, just understanding the importance of building your brand. And again, I'm probably going to say it 10 more times throughout this empowerment session. You ladies have just been intentional with protecting your space, setting boundaries so that you don't get caught up in what the world deems is right or what the world deems is wrong.
Mhm.
Now, Jaylene, I want to ask this question to you, and then Talisha, I'll let you chime in as well if you want to add a different perspective. But when you think about the Gen Z lady compared to other generations, right? Do you think that you all in Gen Z, do you think that you struggle with identity more than previous generations? And if you do, how? How do you guys struggle? And if not, what has kept you from not struggling?
Yeah. So I definitely do think that we struggle more with our identity, and it's because of social media for sure. Um, we compare ourselves so much to the stuff that we see online, and
Mhm.
like Talisha said, we don't know what it took for them to get that. We don't know how they got that, or if it's even theirs for real. And so, I feel like we just compare ourselves so much to one another, and it's a difference between being influenced and wanting to be an exact replica of something that you're seeing online, trying to actually copy what you're seeing. And I just feel like it goes for like the way people look, the way people dress, even down to people's careers. Like we have so many, and this is not a bad thing. And again, they could have been influenced, but we have so many lash techs. We have so many people that do hair, so many people that do nails. Like, what
Mhm.
would you be doing had this not been introduced to you? Like, what would you like? You
Mhm.
know, like what else? What else would you have done? Just out of curiosity.
I didn't even think about that, but now that you mention it, yeah, like the lash tech industry is a phenomenon. Hair braiders are a phenomenon. Nail techs are a phenomenon. Right.
And it's because, like you said, everybody want to have a side hustle or be their own boss, and that's not a bad thing at all. It's a good thing, but it's like, what else can we? Let's like open it up. We can still be our own bosses, but how else can we be our own boss?
Mhm.
Mm. Good. Look, you open my eyes because I'm just all right. Talisha, you
Yeah,
want to add anything to that?
I agree. Jalen, you took the words right out of my mouth. It's specifically for like the people in the beauty industry. That goes back to social media because they're looking for an aesthetic. They charge these prices for an aesthetic. They
Mhm.
are giving luxury services, but it's not luxury. I am in your house in your living room paying all this money. It's not luxury. You're only paying me this because you want to be like that hairstylist that lives in Houston, that lives in California. You know what I'm saying? That's the only reason why you're charging these prices and the
Yeah.
only reason why you're doing these things. And that goes back to just confidence. Like you're not confident in who you really are. You're doing this because it's a trend. And like you said, if this was not a trend, what else would you be doing? And same thing with content creation. Everybody want to be an influencer,
hmm
but nobody has personality. Why is all this like you don't have personality? I'm sorry, I don't want to watch you. You're not entertaining.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's perfect wording. No one has their own personality. It's like you see what you like out of that person. You see what you like, just take it. You just
Yeah, you're a copycat. You're just
yeah.
a copycat.
Copycat. So let me ask you this, ladies, when you think about struggling, and this is again, I'm going to put you on the spot real quick. What has been a personal struggle that you have overcame as a Gen Z lady that can help another young lady um, overcome as well?
Um, Jalen, you want to go first? You want me to go?
Um, Let me see. I might have to think about this. So you go first.
I'm gonna say it's the very topic that we're speaking on, which is social media. I am highly influenced, but not in the identity category. Mine is more clothes, shoes, and food. So I will scroll down. I'm like, ooh, I like this outfit that they got from here, especially if it's Pretty Little Things. I love Pretty Little Things. And if it's like, oh, it's a new pair of shoes here, or like a new restaurant or whatever, I'm like, I have to try it. And that's where I go out and I spend my money. Like I shouldn't have spent my money on that, all this good stuff. So my struggle would be social media and the amount of social media that I consume. So to start limiting the amount of social media that I consume, because that has really kept me broke, I'm not gonna lie, because I
Okay.
keep spending my money on things that I don't need. And it's like I see TJ Maxx hauls, Burlington hauls, all the shopping vlogs. I'm like, oh, I want to go here just because I seen a video on it. So I'll say that.
Okay. So what boundaries have you put in place so that you're not in that struggle anymore?
So I think been about a month. I shut my phone down from 9 p.m. to 8 a.m. So it's like a feature on your phone where you can only select the apps that you can use during that time. So I shut off TikTok, I shut off Instagram. Only time I do get on those apps is if I'm posting something during that time. But that's it. So I just limit that, and then just have to be intentional. You just gotta real talk, like just turn your phone off and set it to the side, because it was really getting into, it's like a lot of things that I said, I want to do this, I want to do this, and it's like you can do it if you get off the phone.
Mhm.
And
Right. So being intentional about kind of preserving your space. So you're
yeah,
not scrolling and I think in those late night hours, you are very vulnerable during those late because I know
yeah,
me personally, like I'll be on social media or something. And I try not to even when I get into bed, turn my phone over. But sometimes I may wake up early in the morning and I may say I'm like, oh, let me go on Amazon and see if they got it. And then the next thing you know, it's on Amazon,
hmm,
right? Or it's coming to my house in 2 days.
yeah,
I ordered it. But even though it doesn't happen for me a lot, but I like how you said like just being intentional and safeguarding your space
yeah,
so that you're not caught up in that struggle,
yeah,
so that you can be delivered, so to speak,
yeah,
right? Because if you spending all your money and you going broke over what somebody else, and I think you and I
mm,
talked about this too, like you see all these people buying all this stuff, but you don't see them returning it 5 minutes.
okay,
You see them
and
doing
that's
the transaction, but you don't see when they go back in the store and they return it.
right.
They
Or
act like they spent $500, but they did.
yeah, or the part where they swipe their credit card and they ain't paying it back. It's like a lot of interest on that. But like you don't know how many times I'll be in my bed scrolling, just shopping online, and I am. I done spent $100 that I did not even need to spend, because I saw a video and the outfit looked cute, and here I am. Oop, add to cart, and I'm checking out the same day.
You
And
don't
then I
even
was
think about it. You're just doing it.
okay, just doing it. Afterpay,
It is what it is.
afterpay.
No, um,
Oh.
I feel like a struggle for me that I dealt with was going out because I have really, I have really bad FOMO. That's fear of missing out.
Mm.
And
Okay.
so my friends are outside, and I'm like, okay, well, what are we doing tomorrow? Where are y'all at tonight? What are we doing? And so I don't know. I feel like I definitely had to like learn that you do not have to be outside every night.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I
Don't
would
have to be on every scene.
Yeah, and I used to like work in the nightlife too. So I would be like, okay, well, I know the spots to go, or I'll get invited to this spot. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go. Like, it's not neat. It's not necessary to do every day at all. It's not healthy to do every day, actually.
Right.
So
So you kind of had to be intentional about protecting your space and because I'm sure the invites still keep coming in, the people still.
right,
How do
right.
you deal with, the friends who may be like, oh, well, Jalen, you changed. You used to be down. We used to do. I don't know if that's the correct verbiage. So I'm sorry. I know we're two different generations, but you used to be, out here doing this, but now you're not. So have you faced any of that backlash, so to speak?
No, and I would say the only reason why I really haven't is because I've recently just got back to Charlotte, like at the beginning of June, end of May. And before then I was gone for like a year and a half. So like I hadn't been partying for
Mm,
they know I wasn't here to invite me. Now
Mm.
back, they didn't all just start rolling in at once, like, gradually here and there.
Hmm.
I haven't really had to face anything like that. So, but I'm sure had that had like if I would have done that maybe what 2 years ago, like just one day just stop going out, they would definitely be like, "Girl, what's wrong with you?"
Mhm.
But yeah, no. So I haven't had to face any of that. And then also too, like I'm older now. Like I'm 26. Like I don't. There's no reason for me to be partying until 7 a.m. every day. Like
Seven.
Until 7 a.m., girl.
Seven.
so it be closed out there, closing at
What
7.
time did the party start? Because if it started at 6 a.m., I'll probably be to 7 a.m. But what time?
Seven.
Party be starting at like maybe the club start jumping by
Yeah.
11, 12.
Girl, I'll be in the bed.
The club closed at 2. Then of course the people want to go to the after hours. Then after
Mm.
Oh, girl, that
after
is
There's a
that
lot
is
of after
beyond the
hours.
after hours.
There's a lot of after hours. It's the
that's what
after hours.
honestly that's what it was. It was the after hours.
Yeah, it was the
Goodness
after.
gracious.
The after.
The after.
I
Yeah.
would look, I wouldn't, in my 20s, I would not have known where to go for the after hours. And I definitely don't know where the after hours is now.
Yeah, and it's like I have one homegirl, my best friend. She just like me, so like we both be wanting to. Where we going next? Where we going? It's time to go home.
Next,
Yeah,
Go home.
home.
it's time to go home.
So
Look
I
at
would definitely say I do a lot better now. I mean, like I said, I'm older. I should be doing better, but my
right.
back then I was like, well, I'm young. Like I'm only 20,
Mm,
I'm only 23, but no, I'm older.
no,
Your perspective has changed because you realize, hey, look, I got
Yeah,
to change my direction, right?
mm-hmm.
I
for
got to grow up a little bit more and do things a little bit
And then
differently.
also at the time too, like I said, I was working in the nightlife, so that definitely had a lot to do with it. I wouldn't even know half the people I know who go out, if I didn't work in the nightlife. So, just meeting people and, you know, networking, you meet this person, you meet that person. So, just everyone who all like to go outside and do the same thing, then that's all y'all have in common. So then that's where y'all meet at. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. But
So,
you,
yeah, so you got to pull yourself away from those individuals in order to kind of safeguard your space, if you will.
right, and I wouldn't even say pull away, but set boundaries. Like, hey, well, I
Boundaries.
can't make it tonight, but if you want to go out this night, because just because you're changing what you're doing doesn't mean that they have to stop what they're doing or that they're going to
Right.
want to stop what they're doing. So
Exactly.
you go outside tonight, that's cool. Like I'll meet you on Saturday night.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, that's good. So let's shift gears a little bit because I want to understand your community, right? Because I think it's important for us all to have a community,
Mm-hmm.
people who can and should influence us, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
influence is not all bad. We do need some good influence. We do need some good perspective from those that are around us. So when you think about your community on a personal level, what role does your personal community play in your transformation process? Especially when the culture may say, do you. It's okay to do you, no matter what, it's team I, da 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 da. But your community is like, no, that's not a good look
Mm-hmm.
or something that you should be doing. So talk a little bit about your community and how they help you to thrive in
Mm-hmm.
this generation.
I would say, well, first I want to start by saying my community would be my church community and my family, not friends included, because right before I was intentional with giving my life to Christ, intentional with reading my word, praying, just strengthening my relationship, I lost my friends. So I don't have community in that regard. That's something I'm still praying for, like sisterhood with like-minded women who, I could be like, oh girl, in that case. So I would just say in general, for like family and like church community, community is everything because the enemy wants you to be isolated
Mm,
because that's when he is going to attack you more. So instead of looking at it from the perspective of, oh, I don't have any friends, I have nobody, I'm just using the people that I do have in my life that I can connect to on this level and just develop from there. Um, so like I said, the enemy, he attacks you in isolation. So please have somebody, a person or two to talk to. Um, But it's just like when you say do you, it's okay, how are you doing you? Are you doing you in the right ways?
Mm-hmm.
Because doing you could be, I'ma do me and cuss you out, I'ma do me and fight you, I'ma do me and post something negative about you on social media. That's bullying. That's not doing you. But if it's doing you, like, okay, well, let me just distance myself and give you the time that you need to heal from XYZ. So I would just say, in general, community, please find a community, pray for a community, and just be intentional with who you have around. If the people that you have around doesn't align with where you're trying to go, you need to let that go. You need to distance yourself and place yourself around people where you're trying to grow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jillian?
I feel like for me, my community, is honestly my community is my mom. That's it. Like that's my biggest person, supporter. I can tell her anything. She can help me with anything. I do have my friends, of course. I don't have a lot of friends. I have a lot of associates, I would say, but
Okay.
people who I consider actual friends, it's not a lot. And then at the same time, on top of that, I'm a very I won't say I'm very distant, but I'm a distant friend. Like I don't do a lot of texting. I don't do a lot of
Mm-hmm.
calling. Like I like and they know if they want to get in contact with me, just call me. Don't text me. But I don't know. Like I would say my community is it's my mom. That's my biggest supporter. I go
Mm-hmm.
for everything. She can yeah. That's the community.
What's one piece of advice that you have received from your community that has resonated with you and kind of helped shape your transformation?
um Advice, she's given me so much advice. I would definitely say working on just my temper and
Mhm.
just calming down a little bit because back in my younger days, I would say I maybe a little bit of a hothead, a little bit. So definitely had to like teach me how to like
Hey,
just.
Lynn, a temper? No.
So she would definitely just have to teach me like just calm down for just a second, like just take a minute before you get there. Like it's not don't get there so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Take a breath, woosah for a second. And so I feel like I definitely handle things a lot better now. Like I'm not so quick to like, well, what, like like
Right.
I'm more understanding, like for sure. I feel like nowadays I do a really good job of putting myself in other people's shoes and seeing things from their perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
That's
I,
good.
and I don't mean to brag about it, but I know that I'm very good at that. Like I always try to see things from other people's.
That's really good. That's really
That's
good.
good. I mean, I don't think that's a brag, but it's recognizing your growth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to compliment yourself and look back on where you have grown and say, "Hey, look, I've kind of grown here. I've developed some maturity in this area."
Yeah.
Talisha, what about you? What's a piece of advice that you have received from your community that has
Mm-hmm.
helped you in your transformation?
Mm-hmm. This has come from you, actually. I don't know if you remember telling me this, but you had bought me a princess ring. It was like a crown. You
Mm-hmm.
remember that? It was I was a teenager, I was in high school, and you was like, Queens wear the crowns. If you don't love it, leave it. And that was a message for just how people treat you, that whole type of thing. And you were just really getting me to be like, if you don't love it, leave it. Like, you don't love it. So I really, and the fact that I remember that and the ring that you gave me with it, that's just a piece of advice that I keep day to day.
Amen. I'm glad you remember it because I vaguely remember it, but I remember the ring.
Yeah.
I don't remember the dialogue. So.
Yeah.
Aw.
All right, so now that you've shared your one piece of information, I want you to just take a minute, and Talisha, I'll start with you. I want you to take a minute and pour into the Gen Z lady who's going to watch even just this segment of this empowerment session. And what's one piece of advice that you want to give to another person on their transformation journey and how they can activate it, start it, or how they can continue to go forward in it?
Be honest with yourself, be honest with the people around you, be honest with God, be honest.
Mm.
Please be honest. Even though the Lord knows how we feel, your people around you, they may know how you feel, but they may not know because if you put on a facade. But just be honest, be confident, be you. Do not let trends of this world define you. Trends come and go. We was just, what was it, Labubu's? We was just obsessed with Labubu's and we ain't heard about them. Nope. Yes, it's like a little doll on your purse. We was just obsessed with them and
For
we have not heard about them in a couple of weeks.
sure.
This
Heard
week,
of Labubu's? I never heard of them. But
yes,
no,
I'll show you. I'll
that's
show
not my
you.
era.
And then like even this week, crumble cookie. It's a new cookie of the week.
Right.
Trends come and go. Trends come and go.
But
Please
Alicia, you posting about crumble, so
But I wanted to try it. I wanted to try it because I've been wanting to try Dubai chocolate. It's once
right.
again with
Oh,
Dubai
they got
chocolate,
to
it's
do
been
my
around for
chocolate.
a
Look, they got to
while.
do my chocolate.
Yeah, it's a
It's good.
brownie.
It's good.
But it's like I'm not saying that trends are bad and you don't need to partake in any of them. But
Any
when
of them,
they
but
but
don't
when
let it
they
define you.
exactly when it becomes your identity and you're chasing, it's
Yeah.
like you getting high off of a trend.
Mm-mm.
That's not. It's not.
That's
I
not cute.
Yeah.
I agree. Like it's okay to fall into like trends here and there, but don't let them define you
Yeah.
for sure. I
So,
would definitely
Julian, what's your piece of advice that you would give to someone?
I'm gonna piggyback off of her and I hope it don't sound too much alike, but definitely staying true to yourself and you have to have confidence in today's world because people try to break you down and hurt you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they tried it, like they want to one up you. They want to be, a little better.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to have confidence and stay true to yourself. Like you really cannot let what other people think of you get in the way of what you think of yourself because you're gonna change yourself because you're letting them define you instead of staying true to yourself. So I don't know. I just really feel like you cannot care at all what people say, honestly, whether it's good or bad, because even if they're telling you you're doing great, you probably could be doing better, you probably know you could be doing better. Like, so I
Yeah.
don't know. You just have to, again, stay true to yourself, have
Yeah.
confidence in yourself.
Stay true to yourself. Well, ladies, I want to thank you both again for this time that we have been able to share together. Thank you for your uh, your confidence
Mm-hmm.
and the time that you have taken to just prepare to pour out into this empowerment session. I've definitely learned some things in this empowerment session that I didn't know when I started. So the transformation in me is already happening. It is already happening. So I just want to give each of you, if there's anything extra that either of you want to say before we close out. um, Actually, the way I want to end it is like this. Talk a little bit about, and you only have to just take maybe about a minute or two and talk about your preparing for this session and what growth or even transformation have you experienced in just the past, month or two since, I asked you, both of you ladies, to be on it.
Mm-hmm.
Again, when I reached out to both of you, Talisha, when I presented it to you, you were like, yeah, Ma, I'll do it. And Jalen, even when I reached out to you, you was like, yeah, so thank you both so much because I know that took a lot of courage to just be like, yeah, I'm gonna go out and, tell my business to people. But talk a little bit about what you had to endure to get on this screen and on this platform.
I would say there were moments I was like, do I want to do this? I'm like, she's my mom, but I really don't want to do it. I don't want to say my story. I'm like, I don't really have a story to tell. Um, and then as I got closer, as I was praying about it, the Lord was like, you do have a story to tell. And the preparation would just be, for me, it was just really tapping into, okay, what do I struggle with? What, like, to be honest, real talk, just to be honest, because this can really help somebody. And I really want to help someone who is around our age to break from their chains, break from their bondage and be free, be confident in who they are, who God has called them to be, all that good stuff.
Okay. Jalen?
Um, I definitely feel like I was nervous when you first asked. It sounded like, okay, this is something I would do because I am a yapper, but I was a little nervous. Like I said, we gotta get comfortable, and it worked out. Um, and then like she said too, I'm like, well, do I have a story? Like, what am I gonna say? What am I gonna talk about? But there are people out there who probably need to hear and probably can relate to some of the things that we did talk about. So I just tried to keep that in mind because there's been times where I've needed word of advice from people around my age. Like sometimes our moms are our biggest supporters, but you want to hear it from somebody around your age.
Right.
You want to hear it
Right.
from somebody who gets it, who can relate.
Exactly.
So, let me just we're gonna do this. We're gonna
Yeah.
do this.
Well, now that you have went through this experience and you know why I have chosen you, and I deliberately, I don't tell people why I chose them until after we record the session because I want you to kind of dig in and do the work. And it's all about self-discovery because no matter what the subject matter is that we're talking about it, there is still another level of self-discovery in it. So even though you're speaking from a perspective of victory, there's still another level of victory that you're going to go through in order to speak to those who are going to watch this information. So again, thank you to the both of you ladies. Um, I'm so humble and I'm so grateful for everything that you have poured out. And I can't wait for the testimonies that are going to be birthed from this session. And I know I'm going to see both of you ladies. I'm going to see your name and your faces on the big screen soon because this is just the first of many opportunities that's going to open up because of your transformation. So thank you again.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
yeah, I'll see y'all the next time. See y'all soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.